We've all heard the quote, comparison is the thief of joy. And I've even used and have quoted that quote before, but I have a much different opinion about this now. This may be a bit controversial, but hear me out before you scroll away. I think this is a really important topic that we need to talk about. So keep listening to hear what I think about comparison and the truth behind it and how it can actually be used as a good thing. Welcome to The Rebel Show, the podcast for estheticians who want to grow their business, master social media, and perfect their waxing technique. I'm Bree Mesquit, esthetician, business coach, and founder of Rebel Wax and First to Market Wax Pads. I built a 6-figure clientele, a 7-figure brand, and have trained over 15,000 waxers through my in-person and online courses. Are you struggling to book clients or market yourself? You're in the right place. Each week, I bring real business strategies, waxing education, and no BS advice to help you grow. Let's get into it. Before we dive in on this, I'm actually excited about talking about this topic. It's been on my mind for quite some time. Make sure you're subscribed. If you guys are tuning in every week, please hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're subscribed. There's so many shows that I listen to every week that I realized I wasn't subscribed to. And it's so helpful for us to continue to be able to do this. And it tells the algorithm, okay, people are liking this, they're listening, and it can help push it out in front of more people who need to hear this information as well. So do that first, and then let's talk about comparison. So comparison, it's human nature, you guys. We start to compare from the earliest of ages, and no one teaches that. No one teaches you how to compare. It is human nature. It is something we naturally do. We don't need to be taught to do it. The quote, comparison is the thief of joy. I disagree. I don't think that's true. I think it's what you do with the comparison. It can be a thief of joy, but it's dependent on your mindset and what you do. So we've already gone over, there's no getting away from comparing. It's in our nature, okay? We all tend to compare, some more than others, and some in a negative form versus what I'm going to share with you, which can actually be a positive. So there's two choices you have when you compare to someone else. The destructive comparison. These are the questions to ask yourself when you do compare yourself to someone. Does someone else's success make me feel bitter? Are you that person? I had someone say this to me the other day. Must be nice. Are you that person? Yeah, guess what? It is nice. I've been getting kicked in the balls for 10 years and I'm finally reaping some rewards from it. It is freaking nice. Sorry, rant. That will be a nice little short on Instagram I can share. Does someone else's success make you bitter? Do you start making excuses? This is another one people love to throw at me is, yeah, but you had rich grandparents, or yeah, but you had this opportunity that I didn't have. Yeah, but, and it's like my circumstances were so much grander and better than everyone else's that I just magically was able to build some success. And what's crazy to me is like, I know where I want to go. So I still feel like such a low man on the totem pole. So it takes me by surprise when I hear some of these comments, because I just feel like I'm nowhere near, but I'm also very grateful, blessed, and I do realize how far I've come, but I've worked so hard for it. So I hate when people try to like take that away as from me, the hard work, and deem it as luck, because it's absolutely not. Couldn't luck be in there? Heck yeah. And sometimes we just get lucky. But I'm also prepared for those moments of luck, and I will use the absolute heck out of it if I do get the opportunity to get lucky. I already got ahead of myself. Do you tell yourself they just got lucky? I hear that a lot. Do you criticize them? Are you saying, well, they didn't do it this way or that way or whatever? Or do you spiral into like despair of, that will never be me. That's just not in the cards for me. I can't achieve that. Nothing has changed though, except for your mindset and your mood behind it. So this is when this is a thief of joy. This is when comparison absolutely becomes a thief of joy. And I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I never fall into this. I definitely can fall into this, but I have learned to check myself really quickly and then go to this next route, which is a more productive comparison. Quick interruption to the show for my waxers who are getting busier every month, but inventory has you stressed out, feels unpredictable. This is going to make your life a whole lot easier. With a Rebel Wax subscription, you can save 10 to 15% plus unlock free shipping on select tiers, and you never have to worry about running out again. We've all been there. You have a full day of clients, look in your pot, realize you're almost out, you're forced to pay rush shipping, do an emergency supply run, buying wax that you're unfamiliar with and oftentimes is overpriced, or even worse, you have to cancel your clients. It's stressful, it's inconvenient, and it disrupts your entire day, sometimes even your entire week. With subscriptions, you can customize everything: your formula, your bag size, your quantity, your frequency of delivery, 30, 60, 90, 120 days, and your wax will ship to you automatically. And you can pause, skip, or cancel at any time. This was made for solo waxers who want consistency and savings as they grow. To get started, visit lashandwaxoc.com, choose your bag size, your formula, the quantity that you would like, and then make sure to click subscribe and save. Then you will see 30, 60, 90, and 120 day delivery options. Choose which one is best for you, then click add to cart. Once you do this, your discount applies immediately and your wax will ship right on time. Again, visit lashandwaxoc.com, set up your subscription, and make stocking wax the easiest part of your month. Now back to the show. This is when you're asking, what is it that they're doing that I'm not? What, like, if someone has the business that you want, or let's talk fitness too. Like, maybe they're at their ideal weight and body comp, and you're just like, oh my gosh, they look so, I want to look like that. Instead of being like, gosh, I hate her, she's like perfect and I'll never be there. It's like, what are they doing? What's their eating habits look like? What's their workout routine? Have they had any like work done? You got to be honest about that. You're not going to go and look like you have my daughter's in here with us today, so I'm going to keep it PG. But yeah, you're not going to get that without certain things sometimes. So you have to ask, truthfully, what is it they're doing? And like, am I doing that? If the answer is no, then you're not going to get those results. What skills do they have? What skills did they acquire? You can acquire those skills too. What habits do they have? This is such a big one. If you guys didn't listen to my episode last Monday, go back. I talk about the 4 different types of people, what they do with information when it's received. This falls into that. If you receive information, so how to achieve what this person you're comparing yourself to, how to achieve that, what actions they're taking, but then you don't take the actions, like you're not going to get the results that they have. So what habits have they built? I guarantee they're not depending on motivation, and they've built discipline. Okay. So what are those habits? And use that as encouragement and a roadmap. Follow it. Do the same thing. What sacrifices have they made? What can you learn from them and their lifestyle and all these things we just talked about to help you get to that goal as well? And also, what chapter are they in? You know, people can compare. Don't come out of aesthetic school and you just graduated and compare to where I'm at right now. I've been in this like 14, 15 years now. I'm on chapter 14, 15 when you're at 1. This isn't where I started. You know, I started teen mom in aesthetic school, barely making rent, barely could pay for my kids' daycare. Like, it was a struggle. So this isn't where I started. And a lot of the people you look up to and compare yourself to, that's not where they started either. And I love that a lot of people are starting to share a little bit more of their backstories so that we can see like, oh, okay, like there's steps to this, right? So just know you can achieve whatever it is to whoever it is you're comparing yourself to. There's just steps to it, and there's actions that you do have to take. So allow them to make that roadmap for you and follow it. You just have to take the same actions. Instead of asking why them and not me, ask who do I have to become in order to produce similar results. So that's something I've asked myself over the past 3 years when I started working with my business coach. It's like I really started examining him. I mean, based on what he was telling me to do too, but just seeing like, okay, what does Bedros do? Like, what does his friends and his circle, like, what do they do on a daily basis? What do they prioritize? What skills, like, What conferences are they going to? What podcasts do they listen to? Then I just started mimicking that. And at first, like, then people talk about imposter syndrome. Yeah, you are an imposter at first, like, because you're brand new to it and you aren't those people yet, but you're taking the actions that they take. So guess what? Eventually you're going to start to become more like them. So it's okay to be new at something. I feel like we all, like, don't go out and try to, I'm not going to sit here and try to act like I'm a Bedros. Okay, I'm in the process of learning how to become that level of an entrepreneur, and I'm sharing the journey along the way instead of trying to act like I'm at a certain level that I'm not. So also don't feel like you have to show up in the way of taking the actions, creating the habits, doing the work that they do, but don't try to show up acting like you are already at that stage when you're not, because then that's when you just don't feel good about it at all, because it's inauthentic and it can be manipulative too. It could be manipulating the true stage and season that you're really in, and that doesn't help anyone either. So I want you guys, the action step going forward is don't worry about comparing. It's natural, but I want you to check yourself and catch it if it turns into bitterness or envy or jealousy, or you start saying any of those things that I talked about at the beginning, and catch yourself and then start asking, what is it that they have that I would like to achieve, and what is it that they're doing in order to get those results? And what can I start doing today? Also, compare wisely. I'm not going to go and compare myself to freaking Oprah Winfrey. I don't know why she's the first one who came to mind, but because we're like this freaking far apart. That's not a fair comparison. I will go and compare myself to like Maria Went. She's someone I really look up to as a female entrepreneur and being a mom too. She does such a great job. I've met her, and I feel like I don't love that word because I feel like in business, it's really hard to have true balance, but she does do a really great job at balancing work and her daughter. And I admire that. And yes, we're like this far apart, but it's achievable. I can take the action steps that she's taking. I can mimic that. I can look at that as inspiration. When I see posts and stuff, sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish I was there, but then I catch myself, I can't wait till I get there because I know that's where I'm going. It's just, I'm on my own timeline, and I can look at her habits, her action steps, and mimic them. For example, I follow her content schedule. That's something she taught me when I went to her workshop. So I'm following it. So I'm taking the action, and I'm going to allow enough time to compound being consistent, and I know I can get there too. So I compare wisely. Do not compare to someone who is just light years ahead, someone who's, a few chapters ahead of you. So it's a little bit more digestible, and you're going to have a better chance of actually sticking with mimicking the actions that they're taking, and therefore you'll start to see some results. All right? Okay. So after you compare yourself, I want you to ask these questions. Do I feel inspired or do I feel defeated? If it inspires action, keep following them. If it makes you feel small, constantly makes you feel small, then mute them or unfollow. Your social media feed, it's called a feed. It's supposed to feed you. It's okay for you to unfollow people. Yes, sometimes they reach out and say something, which I think is so freaking weird. I had one person that was just sparking like negativity every time I saw their post, and not necessarily her fault. It's just how I was absorbing the information. So I unfollowed her, and then it became this big old drama thing that I unfollowed her. I've never noticed when someone unfollows me, unless like a family member that I like go in and like specifically look them up, and then I see that follow back button, and I'm like, what the hell? But besides that, like it's okay. Make your feed you, and it's okay if they're not doing anything necessarily wrong, but it's constantly stirring up some sort of negative feeling within. It's okay to unfollow too, okay? I think that's really important. It's protecting your mindset, but we also have to have that mindset shift of like, why am I feeling like this? And it's a me problem. Like, what can I do to change this? I hope this was helpful. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts too. What do you guys think about this? Like, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I'm glad I finally shared it here. So I really do think that comparison can be used in a positive way, but I hate to see it be so destructive for some people as well, because it's not going to help you get anywhere near where it is that you want to go. And I want to see each and every one of you succeed, because I know you can, and I love you guys. So all right, I will see you back next Monday.